Hello, third grade. It's Miss Sublett again, and we are going to work on our new guidance lesson. Last month we talked about drugs and alcohol awareness, so we're going to get back on track on our normal Second Steps program. And I'm really excited about this lesson because I feel like I hear the words um, growth mindset all the time, and I'm sure you all hear those words too. But we're going to start our lessons for the next couple months really focusing on growth mindset and what that means. Okay. So, our first lesson about growth mindset is changing your brain. Did you know that in your brain there is a little team of workers up there? Doodle-loop, doodle-loop, doodle-loop. And every time you learn something new, your little workers in your brain change your brain. Build a new section onto your brain. And I think that's a good, neat way to look at it. And so we're going to learn all about that today. But first, we are going to do a brain builder activity. So I will be right back after your activity.
It's time to build your brain. You're going to play level 1 of a game called Stomp to Sort. Here's the rule. Sort the cards that appear on screen by shape. When you see the card, stomp once if you think it belongs in pile 1. Stomp twice if you think it belongs in pile 2. I'm going to give you a new rule now. The rule is sort the cards that appear on screen by color. When you see a card, stomp once if you think it belongs in pile 1. Stomp twice if it belongs in pile 2. You're going to switch rules one more time. Follow the first rule. Sort the cards that appear on screen by shape. did it!
Okay, so whoops, don't want to stop it. Where's my? There we go. So that was kind of hard, especially when they start adding all those rules in. But you guys got to do a little brain builder, and next time it'll even get harder. So we'll see how good you do next time. So let's move on. So back to building your brain. We build our brain every single day, okay? And to have growth in your brain is very important. So, anytime you learn, like I said earlier, a new skill, you will be building your brain. And a growth mindset means that you have a mindset that you want to grow. You don't want to stay in the same place. Even if you're doing super great, okay, you still want to get better. You still want to grow. And that's how we should always think. We should never think, we're good enough. That's great. That's fine. We'll just be normal. We'll just be average. No, we don't want to be that way. We want to continue to grow, and we want our mindset to be that. Always want to grow, always wants to do better. So, with that being said, today we're going to dive deep into our brains and look at our brain the way that a scientist would look at our brain. All right, so let's get started. Let me make myself a little smaller. Okay, so this is the step that your brain goes through whenever you do a task, okay? And this sounds crazy to us because like me just going like that, okay? My brain goes through a system. I have to lift my hand, get it in front of the computer, put my fingers in the right location, make sure my thumb and my middle finger are pressed against each other hard enough to snap my fingers and then move it back down. So, our brains are really good at letting us do things like that very quickly, but it's actually going through a process every time we do something. So here they have an example of shooting a basketball. So this is the way your brain is thinking. Aim and shoot. I can see the hoop. Okay, this part of the brain says, I can see the hoop. This part of the brain says, arms are moving. Okay, you need to move your arms to shoot a basket. And then this part of the brain says, okay, let's shoot this basket. And that's why our brain is so amazing, because it helps you learn new things. And do you know, when you learn a new thing, different parts of your brain team up to work together for the first time? So now we're going to watch a video, and that's going to explain that a little bit more. And I will be back when the video is over.
When you learn something new, different parts of your brain have to work together at the same time. To do this, the different parts have to talk to each other. For example, to be able to shoot a basketball, the part of your brain that helps you see needs to talk to the part of your brain that moves your muscles, and to other parts that help you do things like keep your balance. They do this by sending messages that travel on pathways in your brain. These pathways are made up of neurons. Neurons are tiny cells that send messages to each other. Pathways can connect to make a network. A network makes it easier for the messages to get where they need to go. But when you learn something new, those pathways you need are not connected. There's no network. Cody's brain is just starting to make a network for shooting a basketball. For now, the messages don't always end up in the right place. This can make learning new things feel hard or frustrating. For instance, Cody is having a hard time making baskets. His network for shooting a basket is new. He hasn't done it very many times. For Cody, it doesn't feel like his brain is changing, but it's making connections that will help him get better. The good news is, once a network is formed, your brain can use it again and again. Your brain is amazing. It helps you do things you've never done before. Because your brain is changing all the time, you can learn anything.
Okay, so why do you think it took Cody so long to learn how to shoot a basketball? Like, why don't you think he was good at it right away? If you said that he wasn't good at it right away because his brain is just now learning, you would be right. How did his brain teach Cody how to begin to shoot a basketball? Do you all remember the words that they used? Cody has pathways, right, in his brain. And the information moves through those pathways. Okay. Now, does that mean just because you have a network in your brain for basketball, does that mean that you're going to be good at it right away? No, you have to practice and you're going to have to make lots of mistakes before your brain builds enough in there to know how to do it correctly. Very good. So let's move on. So as you can see in this picture, there are the networks, okay? And then there are the pathways, all right? So Cody uses a pathway to tell the network, okay, to put his hands up, all right, to move. And then it also is working to help your body balance. Your brain has to tell your body to balance. I know that sounds silly, but your brain is constantly working. And when you're playing basketball and you're running, you are telling your brain is telling your body to stay balanced, and it's also telling your body to see. I know. Like our brain tells us to do everything we do, but it's hard to really think about that because we're so used to doing these motions just automatically that we're not thinking, how is our brain working? How are we able to do this? How are we able to snap like that? Well, our pathways and our networks help us to do those things. So now we're going to try to grow our brain a little. I'm going to see if you all can do this because it could be very hard. I've already practiced. And I don't think my brain has grown by practicing. I need to keep practicing. So we're going to do this little tongue twister. And let's just say it together first. I'll say it first, and you all will say it together next. Wally the walrus ate an awful lot of awesome waffles. So let's all say it together now. Wally the walrus ate an awful lot of awesome waffles. So now I want to pause the video and let you all tell that to your shoulder partner or whoever you're sitting close to, okay? And then let that person say it to you. Okay, so we're back, and hopefully you have gotten to practice a little bit about Wally the walrus ate an awful lot of awesome waffles. So I cannot say this fast, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay. Wally the walrus ate an awful lot of awesome waffles. So my brain has not learned how to say that correctly yet in a fast way, but now I'm going to tell you that when I was in school, probably your age, I heard a little tongue twister about Sally and her seashells, and I can say it pretty good now, if I may brag on myself. So I was probably in like second or third grade when I heard that, and just within the last few years have I really learned that Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Okay. It takes our brain sometimes a long time to grow and to be able to do things. So my tongue twister network is not very great. My poor little brain still has a pathway that can help me to learn tongue twisters. And the Wally, the walrus one, I had never heard before. So that one's really cute. I have to practice that one. Maybe my brain can grow enough to where I can say Wally the walrus ate an awful lot of awesome waffles really fast, like Sally sold seashells by the seashore. All right, let's move on. So for the next month, I want you to think about how your brain is learning new things, okay? Because you all are learning something new every single day. And sometimes it can get really frustrating whenever we don't pick it up like that, okay? So give yourself a little break, okay? Give yourself motivation. Give yourself nice pats on the back when you do learn something new and you master it, okay? Um, and just be patient with your brain because sometimes it takes our pathways to reach our networks a little bit longer than we think it should. And that's okay. Just give your brain a break. Be okay with being taking your time, all right? And try to really think about how your brain is learning. All right. So when you do master that goal that you have, or that behavior chart that you're on, or that reading comprehension that you've been trying to master, I want you to think, man, I just taught my brain. I just grew my brain. I just changed my brain. Guys, that's a big deal. Okay. So be patient with yourself, guys. Miss Eblett loves you very much, and I'm very proud of how you all are making your brains grow this year. I'm just over the moon of how you all have been able to take a difficult last couple years and still continue to make your brain grow. You all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.